Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a verbal message from His Excellency the President of Mauritania, conveyed to the Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court. The Sultanate achieves the 9th place globally in implementing the environment laws and regulations, according to a report issued by the World Economic Forum. And developing and training capabilities in the field of national security and emergency cases are part of a program on enhancing national capabilities in London. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos received a verbal message from His Excellency Mohammed Wuld Sheikh Al Ghazwani, President of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, related to the fraternal relations between the two countries and means of supporting and enhancing them in various areas. The message was received by His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court, when he received in his office today His Excellency Ismail Wuld Sheikh Ahmed, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation, and Mauritanians abroad and envoy of the Mauritanian President. During the meeting, cordial talks were exchanged and bilateral cooperation aspects were reviewed between the Sultanate and Mauritania. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent a cable of condolences to His Excellency Joko Widodo, President of the Republic of Indonesia, on the death of the former Indonesian President Bukharuddin Yusuf Habibie. The Sultanate achieved 9th place globally in implementing environmental laws and regulations indicators, according to the report issued by the World Economic Forum. This came with the Sultanate's approach that based on transparency and in environmental data, in addition to establishing environment reserves, including Al-Hajar Al-Gharbi Reserve for starlights, the first in the region. According to the report, the Sultanate achieved the 9th place globally in tightening environmental laws. The Sultanate also ranked 57th globally in Environmental Sustainability Index. It is worth mentioning that the Sultanate enacted laws to protect the environment and wildlife in 1974. The Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs, and within the past 3 years, intensified its work to update environmental laws and regulations, and at the same time enacted new laws in this regard. The strategic normative assessment for colleges of technology during the 2 upcoming years was discussed at the meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Colleges of Technology. The board also reviewed vocational skills competition plan and work plans approved for technical education sector. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser Al Bakri, Minister of Manpower. The Sultanate participated in the activities of the 23rd session of General Assembly of World Tourism Organization, which was held at the Russian city of St. Petersburg. The Sultanate, through its participation, aims to benefit from international experiences in the tourism field. The Sultanate also aims to enhance tourism in order to create sustainable economy and reduce dependency on oil. The Sultanate participation came within the framework of strengthening international relations in the tourism fields. According to statistics revealed by the organizers of the sessions, international tourism witnessed a growth by 6%, while tourism in Oman also witnessed a growth by 3%. The number of tourists who visited the Sultanate in 2018 reached 3 million, which reflects the attention that the Sultanate pays to this promising sector. The Sultanate's delegation was led by His Excellency Ahmed bin Nasser Al Mahrzi, Minister of Tourism. 5 years of strategic partnership and cooperation between the Sultanate and one of the most prestigious global establishments in the field of defense, security and infrastructure. On the sideline of the Defense and Security International Exhibition in the Kingdom, the Public Authority for Privatization and Partnership celebrated the conclusion of the program on enhancing national capabilities in a ceremony organized by Bill Systems Company. More details in the following report by Dua Matar.
Celebrating yet another robust outcome of a successful 5-year cooperation, senior officials from BAE Systems and Public Authority for Privatization and Partnership in Oman have gathered at the DSEI in London to mark the conclusion of the National Resilience Programme.
We are celebrating today the closure of our National Resilience Programme, which has been an offset Tawazun program where the authority has worked with the relevant security agencies and BAE Systems to deliver an enhancement of capabilities in Oman across 16 government units. The beneficiaries have exceeded 7,500 participants in the past 5 years during the implementation of the program. And so we are very proud of the results. We are eager to continue our working relationship with BAE Systems, one of the leading defense contractors in the world, and we look forward to future offset projects together.
Attending from the Sultanate of Oman was Dr. Dhafar al-Shanfari, Chief Executive Officer of PAPP. BAE Systems was represented by Dave Armstrong, Group Business Development Director, and other executives from the company.
At the same time, they've been very cleverly, the government, taking the people of Oman forward. And in recent years, as with any major contract on defence, you have to provide some form of partnership, industrial cooperation. And what we've established here through this National Resilience Programme was a unique activity to reach beyond defence and reach into the very heart of the people of Oman, to provide them the skills and the capabilities, the techniques and the modern methods.
The programme, part of a wider commitment to Oman, has evolved and adapted to meet the country's challenging operational requirements, utilising the strength world-leading UK capability providers. In total, 16 UK suppliers were involved in the delivery of the courses since its launch in 2013, providing UK best practice to enhance existing Omani capability in those sectors. So far, more than 7,000 Omanis have benefited from the ongoing programme as part of the Sultanate's strategic vision to modernise its national workforce. Another round of successful and robust programme to serve Oman's operational requirements, and now with more than 7,000 Omanis acquiring the necessary training, the Sultanate is marching steadily towards its goal of protecting and modernising the country. Dua Matar, Oman TV, London.
The number of infection cases of measles, whooping cough and smallpox diseases have declined to around 90%. This came as a result of vaccination campaigns and the increase of the number of doctors who render their services to 6%. The number of smallpox cases decreased from around 19,000 in 2017 to 900 in 2018. Mumps disease also declined, registering 151 cases only. Viral hepatitis disease cases also decreased by around 64%. The decline also included the number of whooping cough cases, recording 128 cases only in 2018. With regard to measles disease, the Sultanate recorded 12 cases only in 2018. The Board of Directors of the Civil Service Employees Pension Fund discussed in its third meeting this year cash flow indicators and funds investment. The meeting reviewed the fund's financial checklists and its attachments for the period expired last June the 30th, as well as following up procedures taken in the previous meeting to implement the board's decisions and suggestions. It also reviewed the new fund building project implemented currently in the Airport Heights, in addition to other projects. The meeting was held under the auspices of His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Umar bin Saeed Al Marhoum, Minister of Civil Service, Deputy Chairman of the Board. Al-Sha'tha bint Jaber School for Girls in the Wilaya of Nizwa is proud to have talented students working on a project called Sa'i, which has qualified for the Sultan Qaboos Award for Sustainable Development at the school environment. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi has more details in the following report.
At the premises of Al-Sha'tha bint Jaber School for Girls in the Wilaya of Nizwa in the Dakhiliya Governorate, the atmosphere is conducive to ignite students' creativity. The students in turn roll up their sleeves to exploit their free time to benefit themselves, their school, and their community.
We are a student company interested in natural plants for decoration, which can add the beauty in the house or office. We take care for these plants and we care to give the necessary information to the customer. This project is improve my skills and my group skills, and I hope in the future open a shop to sell these plants.
The idea of my project come according to the Sultan Qaboos Prize for Sustainable Development in the School Environment. My project is very attractive and traditional. It's linked the present to the past. It has economic purpose and educational purpose, and moreover, it assists and supports leading business on the society. So the Shata School created this project to build a strong generation.
7 students' companies comprise a project called SAI, which comes in line with the local and international economic trends. The project also aims to stimulate students' innovation and equip them with the skills required to deal positively with the contemporary issues of economy.
SAI project contain many students' companies, and they give a hand for women in our society, and also it works in many programs which promote the tourism in our city.
It is worth mentioning that SAI project is one of the projects that qualified from a Dakhliya governorate to compete at the Sultanate level within the economic pillar of Sultan Qaboos Award for Sustainable Development in the School Environment.
With such creative ideas, these students will hone their entrepreneurship potentials to be the backbone of sustainability in the country. From the Wilaya of Nizwa, Saleh Bukhalfan al-Rahbi, Dakhliya Governorate.
Still to come in our news bulletin. At the Energy Internet Forum, the 2014 Nobel Laureate in Physics, Professor Hiroshi Amano, was hosted by the Sultanate. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The Ministry of Health, represented by the Directorate General of Medical Supplies, organized a 4-day national workshop under the title Smart Pharmacist Program. More details in the following report.
If you are the one who is taking blood,
Smart Pharmacist Program, S for Smart, M for Measurable, A for Achievable, R for Relevance, and T for Time Bound, is a new innovative international model adopted by the Ministry of Health to enhance the competency of pharmacists in the Sultanate.
Smart Pharmacist Program is actually educational initiative to change the principle of education in pharmacy profession, then to change the pharmacy practice. It's an internationally already quite a very successful program. It's on for more than 5 years in 14 different countries. In Gulf region we have several countries, but Oman is definitely one of the leaders, and the best results and most data collection is coming exactly from Oman. Our partner here is Ministry of Health, Department of the Patient Care, and the patient care is something that it's much more than just dispensing and doing rational pharmacotherapy. So what we are doing in these courses, we are trying to remind pharmacists on the knowledge they already know. We empower the skills and we build the motivation to be part of the healthcare system and to contribute to the cost, to the saving of the costs, and also for the problems that the patients are dealing with. We at certain tables, I think 3 and
The program this year focuses on non-communicable diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and dyslipidemia, as they account for over 70% of the total death toll in the Sultanate.
Well, this workshop is initiated in 2017 in coordination with American Council for Pharmacy Education and Pharma Expert, and aiming to raise the competency of the pharmacists working in medical fields and increasing the health services quality at Ministry of Health hospital. Ministry of Health focusing on these three areas since there are more than 60% Omani population are already in this category of disease. So 60% is quite a lot. And we need to work together with the medical team and show our expertise as pharmacists are the expert on medication.
Every time you feel something, you say.
More than 60 pharmacists from all different governorates of the Sultanate participated in this year's workshop to improve their competency in dealing with patients with non-communicable diseases.
So this program is very important for us because we are dealing with chronic patient and polypharmacy patients. So we would like to meet there with the efficient medication.
Pharmacists can now extend their role in treating non-communicable diseases by providing different services to the patients, like measuring the blood pressure, sugar level, and even teaching the patients how to inject insulin.
The Ministry of Health is making significant effort in combating non-communicable diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and dyslipidemia. But also all of you at home must help by following a healthy lifestyle, eating healthy, exercising, and quitting smoking. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, this is Dalia Isa.
A delegation from the National Defense College of Bangladesh paid a visit to the College of Staff and Command of the Sultan Armed Forces at Beit al-Faraj camp. The delegation was briefed on the college and its academic facilities. The delegation was also briefed on the division's educational curricula and modern technology that the college has. The relation between the United States of America and China and its reflection on the future of international relations was a theme of the lecture that was delivered by His Excellency Bihari Koki Khan, head of Middle East Institute at the National University of Singapore. The lecture was delivered at the premises of National Defense College of Oman and came within the general curricula of the 7th National Defense Course. Prior to the lecture, Major General Salim bin Musallam Qatan, commandant of the Omani National Defense College, met with His Excellency the head of the Middle East Institute. During the meeting, the two sides exchanged viewpoints on a number of issues with mutual concern. A ceremony was held to honor students who excelled in the General Diploma at the level of the Sultanate. The event came after a year of hard working and diligence. The initiative also aimed to encourage other students to exert more effort in their studies to achieve their dreams and serve their homeland. The honoring ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Nasr bin Hamoud Al-Kindi, Secretary General of the Royal Court Affairs. The Sultanate hosted the Japanese professor Hiroshi Amano, the 2014 Nobel laureate in physics, at the Energy Internet Forum, which highlights the importance of innovation in human life. Here is a report.
Very big. So if I could achieve blue LEDs, I could change the world.
Within the Sultanate's programs to support innovation, the Sultanate hosted the Japanese professor Hiroshi Amano, the 2014 Nobel laureate in physics. Hiroshi's lecture focused on his career, which led him to invent light-emitting blue diodes that enabled the provision of LED lights. LEDs, which were considered a revolution in light-saving technologies, were highlighted by the paper presented by its inventor, Professor Hiroshi Amano, one of the 2014 Nobel Prize winners. The experience enjoyed by the audience was attended by students and academics from several bodies concerned with innovation and scientific research from the Sultanate, and showcased the importance of innovation in human life It also included an open dialogue with the audience.
We have developed a new technology of crystal growth of blue LED materials, gallium nitride, and realized the P-type gallium nitride. That's our achievement. Blue LED can be used as a white LEDs or LED lamp system. The efficiency is very high compared with the conventional incandescent lamp or fluorescent lamp. So we can reduce the electricity consumption by about 7% in Japan, and in total much higher electricity can be saved in principle.
Being called the no-light castle, which means
The presentation, titled A Brighter World with LEDs, included examples of scientific programs being implemented in the Sultanate, with specialized research institutions that are highly interested in the so-called energy internet.
Famous researchers abandoned the blue LED.
Zimbabweans are paying their last respect to their former president Robert Mugabe at a Harare soccer stadium. More details in the following report.
Zimbabwean ex-president Robert Mugabe will be buried next week in his village, his family said on Thursday, delivering an apparent snub to government plans to bury him at a national monument. Mugabe died in Singapore last week, aged 95, leaving Zimbabweans divided over the legacy of a leader once lauded as a liberation hero, but whose autocratic 37-year rule ended in a coup in 2017. His body will lie in state at Kutama on Sunday night, followed by a private burial either Monday or Tuesday. His body is in Rotaro Stadium for a public ceremony. Chinese President Xi Jinping, Cuban former leader Raul Castro, and a dozen African presidents, including South Africa's Ramaphosa, are among those expected to attend Mugabe's state funeral. Zimbabweans have been split over the death of a man once hailed for ending the former British colony Rhodesia of white minority rule and bringing more access to health and education to the poor. The 35,000-seat Rofaro Stadium, where the public will be allowed to see the body, is where Mugabe took his oath of office when colonial Rhodesia Prime Minister Ian Smith handed over the reins of the country. Mugabe hoisted the new Zimbabwean flag and lit the independence flame on April 18, 1980, bringing hope for a new era after a long insurgency. But many Zimbabweans will remember his leadership and economic mismanagement that forced millions to escape a country crippled by hyperinflation and shortages of food, drugs and fuel.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a verbal message from His Excellency the President of Mauritania, conveyed to the Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court. The Sultanate achieves the 9th place globally in implementing the environment laws and regulations, according to a report issued by the World Economic Forum. And developing and training capabilities in the fields of national security and emergency cases are part of a program on enhancing national capabilities in London. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.